Hello, hello. I don't know what's going on. Do we have video today? That is crazy. What in the world? There we go. Oh, no. Turn around. Okay. You saw the backside, my crazy backside. Not my backside, but the backside of the camera. So, welcome, welcome. I am Dory with Prairie Scraps, and I am fighting with the camera today, I guess. These 1-minute videos needed to start a highlight. Okay, I wasn't trying. Thank you for joining me. I'm sorry about the ride. Oh my goodness, that was crazy. Hello. It is Thursday, and I know I went this morning and did some repotting of some plants. Thought I'd do another little project. I'm kind of been making my list, checking it twice, trying to figure out, what projects I need to do next, and thought I would come on. I'm kind of excited about this one. I love fall colors. Do you love fall? Put fall down below. Welcome to my channel. It's Prairie Scraps. My name is Dory. I'm here in Idaho, and we are going to give a try to this new size. I actually kind of sad because they came out with this size transfer. It's called a G size transfer, and this one in particular is called Autumn Accents, and they've got, I think, a few different ones that are in the same realm of it. And kind of a weird thing actually about it is that I'm going to use an old surface. We don't have these anymore, the double-sided box frame. Can't even get into it. I happen to have I have a lot of things in my stash, so I thought I'd grab this out, make something, but I have an idea for this. I'm sad because we don't carry this surface anymore, and it's the perfect surface for this particular one, because I think you can make this transfer into 2 different seasons. Do it reversible. Do one side fall and one side spring, so then you can have it year-round and not have to pack it away. And you know how I love a double duty, no pack away decoration for your house. So if you're wanting to, I hope you'll stick around. This is the old, the surface. It's a 6x18, and one side is a natural wood, and then the other side is the white. And usually I prefer pasting on the white because it shows up and pops more. But today we're going to use the brown side because, like I said, we're going to do the fall colors, and we're going to use this Autumn Accents. I think this would be beautiful. We're going to do it in the fall season, fall colors on the brown side, on the natural wood side today. And then at another date, stay tuned. My intention is to maybe do like a spring colors on the other side with the same leaves. So it could go in your decor items. It could go in your decor and just be switched per season. So obviously if you put it right now, you'd actually kind of get away with the green because everything is pretty green. So that is what we are going to do. I'm going to start out. Let me see if I can. Oh, sorry. I don't know why this thing is not holding on to anything. Okay, I'm putting you down. I apologize for the weird angle. Sometimes you just got to do with what you have, right? We're going to put some surface wax on here because these wood surfaces are pretty traditionally a little bit difficult to, they'll spread. Oops, that was way too much. So don't do what I just did and put so much wax on there. I'm going to try to get it off because we do not want it not to go on there. But we do want it to be on there. I'm going to go ahead and use it around the frame as well. This will seal the wood up. Whenever you use wood, let me get that off there. Whenever you use wood, it is porous. So when you paste or paint on it, it's going to have a little bit of a spread factor. It's not sealed, and so it'll absorb whatever color you're using, and it sort of makes it messy. So anyway, thought we'd give it a go here. And because this is a new transfer and we're going to go on this wood, I'm going to do a little bit of fuzzing as well. So the fuzzing just makes it a little less sticky so that when you put it on your surface, it doesn't stay on the surface too hard, and it doesn't rip your transfer at all. So a couple good reasons to. Once you use the transfer once or twice, you don't really need to fuzz it. Just depends. If you're using glass, you want to fuzz, you know, a glass surface or paper surface, you might want to fuzz extra. Of course, when I go live, there's going to be loud vehicles going by. All right, here we go. Just getting this laid out. My fuzz cloth has picked up all kinds of weird looking pieces from the camper here. It is actually kind of cooled off a little bit. I was sweating this morning doing my potting because I started in the hot sun this morning doing the lilac bush first. I got sidetracked. I went to the front of the house because I thought, well, I'm gonna go get all the stuff to pot up my spider plant and you know, do my spider plant babies, get them all potted up. And this is working out better this way. I don't know why I was doing it that way. But anyway, got myself working up a sweat because I was like, oh, and I need to trim the lilac tree. So I started to, I'll just trim a couple here. Well, a couple of trims ends up being a whole bunch of trims, right? Have you guys ever done that? I get sidetracked so easily and distracted, really distracted. Okay, so there's a couple ways you could do this. I think you could sit and like try to paste each and every one of these leaves out, but I am going to do the hot mess technique today. If you've never seen the hot mess, this is kind of a fun way to do your pasting. It's a fun technique. Doesn't take much skill, but it looks fabulous. So we're gonna just set this aside here. You wanna keep your backing. Once you clean this, you know, go ahead and get it. You wanna come back to that. And I'm gonna use 2 of the new colors that just came out, as well as I'm gonna look for some vanilla here. I think I've got some vanilla. We're almost into a new container of vanilla. And so the hot mess technique, basically, it's exactly what it sounds like. You're just gonna go ahead and spread out a bunch of the paste like a hot mess. And so we're gonna work on that here. We've got some brand new paste. This is the new Cabernet. It's kind of a burgundy color. It's very beautiful. This is gonna be one of the colors. The other new color that came out is called Marmalade. And then, like I said, I'm gonna use vanilla. So vanilla is probably my #1 favorite color right now. And because these are going to be fall leaves, I'm just going to do the hot mess because I like to do the hot mess. It's fun, it's quick, it's easy, and gets your job done really quickly. Boy, this batch kind of came with everything on one side and then the other side is empty. So it's all piled up on the side here. So I'm just trying to get all I can off of the top. Now, red, orange, they're going to stain, right? They're going to be higher stain paste. So all I'm going to do is just put spots of it, kind of just spread it out all over. I'm just assuming, I'm not going by like exact colors that would be used by these leaves. I'm just going by what looks pretty to me. Whoops, I already spread it. And that's okay. I just want to make sure we don't have any bubbles before we get too far into this. And then we're going to need, because I stuck my finger in that nicely, need some, and we kind of want to work quickly with this. So I'm going to set this aside, move on to our, this one is called Marmalade. It's an orange color for the fall. I think it's going to be really beautiful with this as well. And then I'm going to do the white as well because I think, or the vanilla, it's kind of an off-white. It's my favorite color that came out this last year. Although we came out with a new gray color, so I'm pretty pumped about that too. I was thinking, oh, could I get away with putting gray? But we're going to do the vanilla because I think it'll just kind of highlight some of the white. Because these are new, they're nice and just the exact consistency you want to use your paste in, so you don't really have to do anything to them. But if you because it is summertime, sometimes your pastes get a little more dry than they do during the school year, you know, like during the winter. At least for me, they're out in the camper, so you know, there we go. I'm just gonna call that good. We're gonna put that in the lid. move on, get the orange off my fingers before the marmalade, and clean up my mess before I get it on this, and we'll see. I don't know if we have too much in here, so we might have to just move on. There really isn't, so we're gonna, and I think because this is, oh, this one's gonna, oh no, it's open. Because this vanilla is kind of an off-white, I think it's just gonna blend in. It's gonna give it a little bit of special highlights throughout. We'll see, This kind of, you just never know what you're gonna end up with because they do blend a little bit together, but like I said, I like the thought of having just a little bit of lighter highlights going on, not just all the dark colors, especially because we've got a wood background. So, but this is like an easy peasy way to just get a different blend. The other pictures that I really enjoy doing the hot mess with are, and if you're ever using transfers with chickens or roosters, it just gets really nice, beautiful blend. Okay, so we've got that on. We're gonna, what that is. Sounded noisy. I'm already on to my second, my second wipe. Look at me go now. Okay. And I think I need to shut at least one of these. And we're going to take a squeegee, a bigger squeegee, and I'm just going to run it through this whole thing and just getting all the areas covered. And I'm not trying to make it mixed up and all one color. I want the variation, sort of like tie-dye in that sense, where we're just going with whatever happens, and we want to make sure all the areas are covered. Look at my arm is already orange. So tell me, what's your favorite fall color? Do you enjoy fall, or is there a different season? What's your favorite season? Put that down below. And while I have a little bit of time that we're chatting here, so I just went back. There's a big section of orange there, so I just went back with a little bit of that Cabernet and kind of just put in a little bit more. Make sure that you subscribe to my channel and hit that notification button so that you know when I do go live this summer. I'll get into my fall schedule and I'll be a little bit more scheduled, but summer, you just never know when I'm going to go, so just be checking back. But hitting that notification button will tell you when I'm going live, so at least you're aware that it's happening. I appreciate you coming back and watching at a later time if you can't get it live. Obviously, everybody's busy. Summers are kind of crazy. Although, I don't know about you guys, but it feels like summer is going way too fast. And then, of course, trying to adjust to thinking about even doing fall. I'm like, I'm not ready, but I'm ready. I love the fall colors. I love working with the fall products. I love pumpkins. I love pumpkin spice. Okay, so we don't want to put this back into the jar at all. We want to have that out. And here we go. We're going to just do a little bit of reveal here and see how this worked out. I'll show you how quick and easy it is to make something so fun. And what a great accent this would be, like on a mantle or a bookshelf. If I can get this up, my fingers are not working. This is so easy to do. You can do this even with arthritis or carpal tunnel. You don't have to have special dexterity. Looking good. And I'm going a little bit slow. If something doesn't look right, I can always lay it back down and fix it. I do see an area here that did not get covered. So let's see if we can get that. I think that'll do it. And now I kind of stuck that back down again, but I don't want to press it when I pick it up. So I'm going to pick that up carefully. I think I got it. You do want to lay it down kind of carefully when you do that, but isn't that pretty? Well, that area is, I don't know what's going on here. Maybe dried. Sometimes if you pull it up and it's not completely covered, it might be because your paste got too dry in the transfer, and then it just, see, like that, too dry. Let me see where that is, right there. Oh, actually I didn't cover that part. I think I thought it was white. It's hard when you got that vanilla on there. I'm actually going to put a little bit of vanilla in here because there's a lot of dark there. I'm just going to rub that in nice and good. There we go. Because I like how that white kind of highlights there. I missed a whole leaf down here even. Get a little orange in here. Marmalade. These are beautiful colors. I'm kind of a sucker for the traditional fall colors. What about you guys? And now I'm seeing where, because I'm putzing around here, it is drying up and sticking to my transfer. So I'm just trying to lay it back down and get those areas wet all over again. There we go. Help myself out. Oh boy. This also might be that spot where I had too much wax, because that's the other thing that can cause it to do that, is to peel up. So peel slowly. That's one of the ways to fix it. Make sure it doesn't get too dry. Don't want to put that back in my thing. Oh boy. This is not printing at all here. Yeah, I think that is actually where I'm liking the little one to kind of go back and do patches. It's getting dry, but it's also where I kind of gobbed on that wax, if you were watching for the first part. Sometimes I was heavy-handed with the wax, and now I'm paying for it. Okay, come on, get the tip. And then sometimes you can just take a wipe and wet it, but that's not working. It's just peeling off. Bummer. The other thing you can do is come back and wipe it. I'm going to grab some more white here. You can come back and, after you wash the transfer, redo that area, and it should transfer on. But problem is you have to lay it back down exactly where it was. So got a little bit of an area here that's, I'll show you. A little bit of an area that really peeled off. I shouldn't have let it dry. It is kind of warm. I didn't put my air conditioner on. Just in the camper here. All right, there we go. Let me put this up. Isn't that pretty? Just all different variations. It doesn't really have a consistency. And then over here, you can see I got too dry and I have some patches that just didn't turn out as well. And I'm thinking maybe it's okay, maybe not. Maybe we can even paint a little bit in there. That might be a way to do it. We'll take some up and try to paint here, just so it doesn't look like, what it looks like to me is, it looks like I put a piece of tape there. So I'm just gonna get some of that off, and we're gonna grab up some of this orange as well, and kind of trying to leave spots where the veins would be, but I don't want big blank spots in the middle. So I just have a couple spots where I was heavy-handed with the wax, I think, is the biggest thing. So can you see, I just kind of filled those spots in very gently. You could leave them the way they are, or be like me and just fill them in. So the other thing I was thinking about, and maybe tell me what you think about this. Let me get these put away, since it is so warm and it seems like things are kind of drying up on me quickly while I'm talking. I'm thinking about putting some lettering on here. Or do you think this is perfect? Would you leave it with lettering or without? Love to hear. Oh, it looks like this is a crafting channel. I thank you for being here. My name is Dory. And if you have something, if you're trying to sell something on my channel, I don't appreciate it. So please just move on. Or if you've got, I don't know, it looks like there's some messages waiting for review. So I appreciate it if you ask me creative questions. If you have any questions, I do have in the description down below, if you'd like to support my small business. I am a small business here in Idaho and very remote for most things. So it's hard for me to, you know, if you're interested in my goods, you can go to prairiescraps.com. Buy my finished goods. I'm kind of thinking about putting Happy Fall, y'all, on there, but I don't know. I don't know if we have. See, I was thinking I could use this. somewhere, but I think it's too much. I'm starting to think it's too much. I just think this would be very beautiful on a mantle. So I appreciate you all for being here. I don't know what that means. Please be appropriate. Sorry about that. All right, so there it is. Isn't that cute? So pretty. Just a nice way to make a fall decoration. And if you had like another sign to kind of layer it, I love like putting something like this on a mantle or on a bookshelf and just kind of layering in a couple of other things. You could just put a few other pieces. And like I said, doing the other side with the same leaves, but with greens and yellow, or, you know, like doing greens. You could put yellows in here too. That would be very beautiful. But I just kind of went with the darkers, and I wanted that vanilla in there just to be a little extra. So I appreciate you being here. Thanks so much. And like I said, if you could subscribe, check out down below if you're interested in getting these products. I do have all the links down below. I do also sell my finished goods. If this is something you wanted to purchase from me, I can ship it off as well in country. Thank you very much. I hope you have a very blessed day, and make sure you keep on crafting.